Hey guys, it's Steph and I'm back with another video today, and today's video is actually going to be a follow-up on a few products that I purchased and featured in my last big makeup haul that I filmed and uploaded, and it's actually the brushes that I bought from morphebrushes.com. I'm going to give you guys the good, the bad, the ugly, what I do like, what I don't like, and just an overall idea of whether or not I think that these brushes are worth the hype they've gotten and the attention they've gotten, and if they're worth the money. So if you guys want to know my thoughts and opinions on these brushes and see what I thought of the ones that I purchased, then just stay tuned and keep watching. Okay, so if you guys watched my big makeup haul, you saw some of the brushes that I bought from Morphe. They were all from either the Flawless collection or the Elite collection. I did wash all of these brushes, but then I used them to do my makeup today. Like, I didn't think that far ahead, so they're a little bit dirty, and I apologize for that. They were so clean, and then I dirtied them again. There are two brushes that I bought from the Morphe Flawless collection, and if you watched my haul, you know what they are. It is the M510 and M527. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the Morphe M510, the Pro Round Blender. This costs $7.99 US dollars, obviously, on Morphe's website, and it is made from goat hair. So the bristles are all natural hair bristles, goat hair bristles. It's similar to the M501, which I also discussed in my haul. It's similar to the M501 by Morphe, and that is the brush that Jaclyn Hill got everyone obsessed with. Everyone and their mother rushed out to buy that brush, and when I was on the website, that was sold out. I heard this one was similar to it. I chose this one. I definitely like this one. They are the same price, so there's really no way of going wrong between these two brushes. I definitely like it for highlighting. It washed well. There was no shedding at all with this brush. It was just amazingly easy to wash, and it's definitely a great highlighting brush. It gets the product where you want it on your cheekbone. It doesn't just kind of destroy your face and like spread the product out everywhere. If you're looking for a good highlight brush that's very inexpensive and does the job really, really well at specifically, precisely applying it, it is this brush. Again, cheekbone, I can get my nose with it. I can do lots and lots of highlighting. I love this brush, and I definitely would suggest picking it up if you need a highlighter brush. The next brush from the Flawless collection that I purchased was the Morphe M527, and this brush is the Deluxe Pointed Powder Brush. It is $15.99 US dollars again, and this is again goat hair bristles. I think all of the Flawless collection brushes are all natural hair bristles, and they'll either be goat hair or sable hair. So that is something to keep in mind. So the white ones are goat, the black ones are sable, I think, from what I saw. And this is a dupe for the MAC 135. So if you were looking at getting that brush, I definitely would go with the Morphe brush instead. Although I don't think it'll retain its shape as well as the MAC one does. I've already had some issues with that, but I've kind of tried and shaped it, and I've gotten it back to being flat, but it splays a little bit out towards this side of the brush. So I'll just have to get a brush guard for it and like kind of reshape it every time I wash it. But for the most part, I don't have any issues with it. Absolutely no shedding with this brush whatsoever, so I really, really did enjoy it. I mentioned this in my haul, and it still bugs the crap out of me. The fact that there are some black bristles in the white bristles. And you can kind of see it there. I do not like that at all. It doesn't affect the quality of the brush, but I just think it's a little bit annoying. So that would be the only thing that I do not like. And I did find a few black hairs in this one, the M510 as well. There's one tiny one right there. I don't know if you guys can pick it up, but there's one black hair there. Yeah. Oh my god, I just choked on saliva. My god. So in the white hair, or the white bristle brushes from Morphe, you may have some little black hairs that kind of slip through the crack and were put in the brush, and it's annoying, but you gotta deal with it. I mean, there's a few, like when you open the brush up and kind of look through, there's quite a few. I wouldn't say don't buy the brush because of it, but it's just a little bit of an issue that I kind of don't like. But it does not affect the quality of the brush. It's still soft. It's still effective at what it does. This one I use for bronzing. Not contouring, but just bronzing, warming up the face. It gets perfectly in the temple area. It gets nicely here to just kind of not chisel or contour your face, but just kind of bronze up here, and it goes down nicely here on the neck, jawline. The 3 method that people bronze with, that 3 or E or 3, depending on which side of your face you're on, it's definitely good for that. So I would definitely suggest picking this brush up if you don't already have a bronzing brush. Not a contour brush, a bronzing brush. Definitely pick this one up. I think they're fine. They're really, I mean, they're good quality, they're decent quality. And the Flawless collection I would suggest, I can only go off of the white hair brushes. These are soft. I don't know about the sable hair, but these definitely goat hair, I would suggest, especially these 2 brushes from Morphe because these are the only ones I've tried, but I definitely would suggest looking at the Flawless collection if you're interested. You can't go wrong with the price. The rest of the brushes that I have to show you are from the Elite collection. They're a little bit pricier than the Flawless collection or any of the other collections on the Morphe website, but they definitely are worth the price. I definitely do like them and I would suggest them. They actually remind me of the Sephora Pro brushes, just cheaper alternatives to them because they look the same. I mean, this one in particular is like almost a dead-on dupe for a Sephora brush I saw, like the angled blush brush. These Elite brushes are all 100% synthetic and vegan. So there is no animal hair in these brushes. If that's something important to you, definitely go for the Elite brand or the Elite collection over the Flawless collection. I would definitely suggest doing that because these are amazing brushes. I did not have high expectations and I thought that this was just all hype. I really didn't think that there was much truth to what people were saying about the Morphe Elite collection. I believe everyone when they have said they've loved these brushes. I don't think they were lying because these brushes are of an amazing quality, especially for the price point. I don't know how they did it. Definitely, if you're going to pick from either of these 2 lines, the Flawless or the Elite collection, go for the Elite collection, hands down. I don't know if they're the softest on the market. Don't ask me that because I don't know, okay? But they are definitely the softest that I own. The first one is the E27. This is called the Pro Round Blender. And this is listed as $6.99 on their website. Again, synthetic bristles, and this is an exact dupe, I've heard, of the Sigma E40. I do not own the Sigma E40, but I have seen them side by side compared in videos, and I definitely see the resemblance. It is a very, very good blending brush. It's just such an amazing brush, and it's definitely one of the best blending brushes that I own in my collection. And I have a few. I've mentioned before blending brushes. I own a lot of them. I buy a lot of them. And this one is one of my favorites, hands down. If you're going to get any of the ones I mentioned, like, get this one. It's amazing. The next one I'm going to talk about is the E3. It is the Precision Pointed Powder. This one is another favorite one of mine. Like I said, if you're going to get any of the brushes, have it be the E27 and the E3. The E3 is amazing. This is the best blush brush I have ever owned. This fits perfectly onto your cheeks. It makes putting blush on effortless, completely effortless. It is amazing. This one is $16.99 on their website. Again, synthetic bristles. And I just love this brush. Oh my god, it's amazing. Like before this one, I was using the Sigma Powder Blush F10 brush. And it's basically like, it's a traditional blush brush. Sorry, it's dirty. I had no use, or I had no like reason to clean it since I had this one, because I have not touched this since I've started using this. Applying your blush with this is so much easier than having this one and having to do, you have to do more blending with it. You have to be more precise on where you're putting the color on there. But this one just fits perfectly on the contours of your face. You just lay it flat and it does all the work for you. This one I have to find a new use for because you got bumped out by this baby. This thing is It's amazing. The next one I have to talk about is the E4, and this is called the Angled Contour Brush. It's listed as $13.99 on the website. If I'm in a rush, I would probably be using this for bronzer because it'll just get it where I need it to go. It'll warm up my face. It'll be nice. But if you're trying to be like a little more precise with your bronzer application, this brush is not the best for you. So I think that's when I would use this one. So, because I would not use this for blush. After discovering the E3, I don't think I would ever use this one for blush. This one I think is good for bronzer in the temple area. That's really great up on the forehead. That would be a good option. You could lightly contour with this, which is what I did the other day, and it worked perfectly fine, but I have another brush that I like contouring with better. So this one I would definitely say just a more precise application of a bronzer when I have more time. This one is the only brush that I experienced one hair shedding from. The E3, if I didn't mention, had 0 shedding, but the E4 did have like one hair that fell out during like me washing it, but it was one hair, and that was it. But I just figured I would mention it because that was the only shedding I experienced with this entire brush collection that I have. So I think that's pretty good, and nothing else has shed since then, and it was in the wash. It wasn't on my face. So yeah, I do like it for bronzing up here, light contour, not very precise contour, and I mean, I guess you could use it for blush, but I do like the E3 better for blush. But I will try this out with blush. Right now I've just been using it with bronzer, and I do like it with bronzer. But now I have 2 bronzing brushes, so there's different uses for each one. I definitely would suggest picking this one up if you like this kind of style of brush. And then the final brush I have to share with you is the E6. It is the Premium Flat Buffer, and it's $14.99. And it's a really good foundation brush. It's so soft. It blends things in like a dream. It is amazing at blending. The only thing is that with this brush, the first time I used it with the Kat Von D Lock It Tattoo Foundation, and if you guys own that foundation, I don't know if you guys can use it with foundation brushes, but I can only use it with a beauty blender. I have never found a foundation brush that will make that foundation look okay on my skin. It only works with the beauty blender on my skin. So this brush was doomed from the get-go with that trial. But with other foundations, this blends things in beautifully, and it's a really, really great brush for certain foundations. Definitely not with the Kat Von D Lock It foundation, but with other foundations, it definitely does a really good job, and it doesn't tug at the skin. It doesn't create streaks. It blends things in like second skin, and I love it. That is it for my in-depth or like individual, views on each specific brush. The E3 and the E27, like I said, are my favorite. Those are the 2 that I would for sure recommend. These brushes are of good quality. I definitely think they're good quality. They are soft. I think the Elite Collection is way softer than the Flawless Collection, but the Flawless Collection is still decently soft for natural hair bristles. Now, I don't know about eye brushes. I don't know if the eye brushes would be different, but the face brushes that I got from the Flawless Collection were soft. So I would suggest picking the 2 that I picked up. I can't speak for any of the other ones. As far as the Elite Collection, I'm sure the rest of the brushes I didn't pick up are probably just as soft as these ones. And I definitely would suggest every single brush from the Elite Collection that I purchased. So as a whole, Morphe brushes are definitely worth the hype they got. They are worth the praise they've been getting by bigger YouTubers. They are definitely very good quality brushes, and I didn't buy into the hype. I had very low expectations for them because I didn't think they would be as great as everyone made them sound. Maybe the Flawless Collection is hit or miss, but the Elite Collection, I think Morphe really stepped up their game with that one, and I would definitely suggest picking that one up. I know that it's still limited edition. They keep on saying it's limited edition. When we're sold out, but they keep on bringing stuff back in stock. I don't know if this is kind of their way of getting you to like buy stuff now in case they're gone, but I personally think that they're going to be around for a while. I don't know for sure, but I definitely think they would be really crazy to not make this a permanent line because it is doing so well, and so many people are jumping on this bandwagon and getting Elite brushes. So definitely would suggest picking them up, and I definitely would suggest picking up the E3 and the E27. My favorite of the 2 collections is definitely the Elite Collection. I do like the 510, the M510, the highlight brush. I definitely would suggest that one, but maybe the 527 you could pass up on. I don't know, it's not a necessity for me. I just wanted it because it was a dupe to the MAC 135. Too big. Thumbs up for me. I definitely...
How many times can someone say definitely in a video?
I really would suggest picking these brushes up. I really think that go browse the site, see if there's some that you like, because I really fell in love with some of these. So yeah, I am now a Morphe fan. I have bought into the hype, I have succumbed to the pressure, and I really ended up liking them, so I don't regret it at all. And I do think that you guys should at least check out what they have to offer and see if there's something that meets your requirements for brushes that you need. So yes, that is all for this Morphe review. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys didn't find it too boring. And yeah, if you've tried any of the brushes I own or any other brushes that I didn't pick up, let me know in the comments below and let me know what you guys think of especially the Elite collection. And I'm also interested to see if any of you guys in the Flawless collection brushes that you have those black hairs in there, because it's annoying me. It's just annoying me, that's all. So yeah, I'll see you guys in my next video. So until then, bye guys. This video is actually going to be a review on a new palette that I just recently picked up on my most recent trips to Sephora. I actually featured it in my last video, which was my big makeup haul video, or beauty haul. I featured this and a few other things from Sephora and from other brands as well. So if you haven't seen that video, check it out. It'll be linked down